brain. All right. Hey guys, if you hear the noise in the background, that's just my air purifier. You know, it's not a video of mine if I don't have some ongoing noise in the background. It's Sunday and I want to create a top. I'm gonna try my best to draw it out. I kind of wanted to have like a bralette kind of feel, like that, if you guys can see, like that. But I also want to like drape a like cover over it to make it like a full top. Clearly art is not, well, let me not say art is not my strong suit because your girl is an artist, but clearly drawing clothing is not my strong suit. But this is like a rough idea of what I want to create, and sometimes I just gotta get it off my brain and onto some paper, even though it does not look like what it's gonna look like when I'm finished. So this is kind of gonna be like a fake tutorial slash crochet with me, more of a crochet with me than a tutorial, because once again I'm creating it off the top of my brain, so I can't really tell you what to do yet because I haven't done it yet. So we're just gonna do it together, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start off by getting my measuring tape and talk about the yarn that is in my couch. You're not my friend. Actually, before we even do that, let's get the material. Let's get the materials that we're gonna be using today. You guys like my yarn bag? My best friend got it for me. It's a little crochet bag. It has all my like gadgets in it. So great. For today, you're gonna need a measuring tape. This is kind of optional, kind of, because I have some girlies on here that don't like to use measuring tape. However, I think this is an absolute necessity, so I would suggest getting a measuring tape. But we're gonna use measuring tape. I'm also gonna be using my size 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Y'all know that's my favorite size. And I'm gonna be using this Starlight yarn that I got from Hobby. It actually has what I think is called 3mm, like reflective strips in the yarn itself. So like when the flash hits it, it reflects back and it looks awesome. This is the yarn we're going to be using for this tutorial. You can use any kind of yarn you want. I just really wanted to use this. This is a size 4 medium weight worsted yarn, so any worsted yarn could work, whether it's acrylic, cotton, bamboo, satin, whatever material it is, it will work as long as it is weight 4 or worsted weight yarn. Before we jump right into this crochet with me / tutorial, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and make sure that your notification bell is on, because YouTube will not notify you when I post if you don't have that notification bell on. Also, if you're interested in shopping my crochet patterns or any of my physical designs, my stickers, or seeing my other social media pages, head down to the description and all of my links will be down there. You're gonna wanna measure from the top of your breast to the bottom, and remember this bralette will have decreases, so it's better to over measure to make sure you have enough coverage than it is to under measure. But I am going for about 6 inches. That feels right. Pretty much just measure an amount that's comfortable for you, that you feel like will provide enough coverage. For reference, I wear a size 32C bra, so this is how much I would recommend for a C cup. Now I do already have a recommended chain amount for the different bra sizes, and I will put that right here. However, if you would like more or less coverage, feel free to measure yourself and come up with a stitch amount that will be best for you. However, for me, I want about 6 inches of coverage on the side, so I chained 25 stitches, and as you can see from right here, that is the perfect amount for 6 inches. When you're measuring your chain, you do not want to stretch it. Do not stretch your chain. Now we're gonna chain one more, and then we're gonna half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, which is literally the second chain right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're gonna half double crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then you're gonna half double crochet all the way across. Technically, this is being made the same way that the teeny tiny bikini is made. That's just the easiest way for me to make any kind of like bikini or bralette. It always works every time. But this time we're gonna be turning it sideways. And it probably makes no sense with me explaining it right now, but it'll make sense later, I promise. So just continue to place half double crochets all the way across the row. And this is what we have so far. So once you get to the end of the row, you're gonna chain one. Ooh, I'm sorry if my lighting is changing. I think the cloud just went in front of the sun. But once you get to the end of the row, you're gonna chain one, turn your work. You're gonna skip. We're gonna skip that first stitch right here. We're skipping that because we're decreasing now. So skip that first stitch. This one, focus. Skip that first stitch, skip that one. And into the second stitch, we're gonna place a half double crochet. And then we're gonna half double crochet all the way across the row. Let me know if you guys prefer the informal kind of like crochet with me kind of tutorials, or if you guys like the ones where like I'm like sitting at my desk and the only thing you're seeing is my hands. I don't know. But those kind of require me to make the item twice, because it's more of like a formal tutorial. It requires me to already have like the chain amounts and measurements and everything already planned out before I start teaching you guys how to make it. So I kind of like these better, even though they're a little bit all over the place and a little bit disorganized, because it requires less planning and it's more of just like a on the whim, set up my camera and just go kind of thing, you know? Anyways, we're at the end of the row again. We're gonna chain one, turn your work, skip that first stitch because we're decreasing at the beginning of every single row, and half double crochet into the second stitch and then all the way across the row. So we're going to continue to do every row with a decrease in the beginning until we have about 8 stitches left. That's a guess. And in the next clip, well, not in the next clip because I'm going to throw in some clips of me crocheting, but after those clips, we'll have a definite amount of stitches to stop at. But for right now, I'm thinking 8 stitches is the perfect amount. I also forgot to mention that your chain one does not count as a stitch. So yeah. I was close for myself. I was gonna stop at 8 stitches, but I actually stopped at 7. So this is what it looks like so far, and now is the point where you want to take your kind of like triangle thing and put it up against your chest and see if it gives you enough coverage. Like for me, this is a perfect amount. For you, it may not be enough. So you want to go back and increase the amount of chains that you started with. But for me, this coverage is perfect. So next, we're going to chain one. And we're going to put a half double crochet in every stitch. We're not decreasing at all in this row. We're going to make sure that we place 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So we should have 7 half double crochets all together. So that's what we're going to do. And once that's done, we're going to chain one, turn our work, and now we're going to be increasing at the beginning of every row. So we're going to place 2 half double crochets in that first stitch, and then half double crochet all the way across the row. Once you're done with that row, chain 1, turn your work, and in that very first stitch, this one right here, you place 2 half double crochets and then half double crochet all the way across the row. Now we're going to continue to do that until we have a total of 25 half double crochet stitches. So I don't know how many rows that's going to be, but we're going to stop when we have a total of 25 half double crochet stitches, because that's how many half double crochets we started with. So whatever stitch amount you started with is where you stop. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, leave me a question in the comments and I will clarify. Alright guys, so we've gotten to our row that has 25 stitches, and this is what it should look like, and it should fit like this. It should give you a nice scoop, because you know we're showing a bit of cleavage with this one. If you want to, you could always add more stitches to have more coverage. However, it's going to be wider, so just take that into account. But yeah, this is what it should look like. Something like this, and we are going to bind off. Where are my scissors? And we're going to bind off, and that concludes the first half of making this top. And now we're going to be creating a piece to drape over the front of the bralette and then continue down for the rest of the top. So what I'm thinking is that I want to make a chain that's long enough to droop from here to here, and I don't know how long I want that droop to be. I mean, I don't know how deep I want that droop to be, so I'm going to try on here and then kind of like fake plan it out with my measuring tape. 70, let's see, we have 70 so far. Oh, I chained a little bit more than I needed, so let's go back and take out about 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 10. So that should leave us with 60, and 60 is the perfect amount. So it should droop like that. Yeah, actually, I think I am going to add back those 10 stitches and make it 70. And I think that's a better length for what I'm trying to achieve. So we're gonna double crochet into the 5th stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're gonna chain 2, skip 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and then double crochet into the 3rd chain. Yep, that's what I want to do. Then we're gonna chain 2 again, skip 2, and then double crochet into the 3rd chain. And then we're going to continue to do that for the rest of the row. So chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the 3rd stitch or the 3rd chain. I know y'all can see my brain working, my wheels turning as I'm trying to think, do, and speak at the same time. We're going to continue to chain 2, skip 2, place a double crochet in the 3rd stitch until the end of the row, and your row should end with a double crochet. Let's see. But guys, we have to change the stitch count. So we're actually going to chain 71 plus 2. So 71 plus 2. And then we're going to double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. And continue to do that pattern we were talking about of the chain 2, skip 2, double crochet in the 3rd stitch. So chain 2, skip 2 chains, and then double crochet in the 3rd. I sure do hope this is making sense for you guys. It is actually really hard to try to do a tutorial for an item that I literally have not made yet. But that is why this is a crochet along. And you know, I'm just including the directions for what I'm doing for those that would like to also try to make this top. By the time this video is out, there should be a pattern for this top. Right now, since I haven't made it as yet, I don't know if I'm 100% sure about making a pattern for it, but I am going to try my best. And if this part is included in the video, that means that there is a pattern for it. So here's back. Okay, so the first row is finished, and it will be draping across our chest like this. But first row is finished. So next we're going to chain 5, turn your work, and we're going to place our double crochets over the double crochets from the previous row. So into that next double crochet, we're going to double crochet, then we're going to chain 2, and then double crochet into the next double crochet, and then chain 2, double crochet into the next double crochet, and we're going to do that all the way across. So we're at the end of the second row, and at the very end you're gonna place your last double crochet into the 3rd chain from those chains that we skipped at the beginning of the previous row. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains right here at the end, and you're gonna count 1, 2, 3 away from that last double crochet that we did, and you're gonna place your double crochet into that 3rd chain. And then we're going to chain 5 again, and we're going to place a double crochet in that last double crochet that we did. So the double crochet that looks like the chain 5 is coming out of, we're going to place a double crochet right in there, and this is going to be our increase. So we're going to be increasing on both sides of the row. So you're going to increase at the beginning, which is here, and then we do the row like usual, chain 2, double crochet over the next double crochet, chain 2, double crochet over the next double crochet, and then once we're done with the row, I'm going to come back and show you guys, or tell you guys, how to place an increase on the other side of the row. Okay, so we're at the end of row 3, and we're going to do an increase at the end of the row. So once again, we're going to count that 1, 2, 3, that 3rd stitch from the last double crochet we did. We're going to place a double crochet in there, and then we're going to chain 2 and place another double crochet in there. And that is our increase for the end of the row. So we're going to be repeating that, what we did for that last row, over and over again until we have the amount of rows that will be on the screen that I have not figured out yet, because I have not gotten to that part yet. So we're going to chain 5, and into that last double crochet that we did from the previous row, we're going to place another double crochet. Well, not another, but we're going to place a double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2 and double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 2, repeat that all the way across the row, and remember to decrease at the end of the row as well. Who thinks I'm gonna finish this top tonight? It is already 10:45. You know, I don't really get tired when I'm working because I get so addicted to wanting to finish on certain items that I literally will stay up until it's done, and that's not the best. What's so funny is that some items I will stay up all night until it's done, and some items I'll get like part of the way through and never ever finish. We are only going to increase for about 7 rows. So altogether we have 9 rows, and for our 10th row we are going to do a row with no increases. So we're just going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the very next double crochet, not the one where the chain 5 looks like it's coming out of, but the next one, we're going to double crochet into that, chain 2, then double crochet into the next, and continue to do so all the way across the row, ending with 1 double crochet because we are not doing any more increases. So we're going to continue to do that for this amount of rows, and this piece should be done. Hopefully, guys, I have enough yarn to finish this, because if I don't have enough yarn to finish this, I'm gonna be really pissed. I don't even know if Hobby even still sells this yarn. I really hope they do, but actually I really just hope that I have enough yarn to finish. I really hope I don't have to even worry about whether Hobby has enough in stock or not, because I don't have the time or the patience to wait for more yarn to come to finish this video. So everybody here, let's just pray and hope that Jade has enough yarn to finish this top tonight. Okay, so it is now 12:26 and I have this body piece finished. I did I did 9 rows with no increases for a total of 18 rows for the body of the top, and now I'm going to attach the bralette piece and add some straps to finish it all up. But this is kind of what we got so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top corner of the bralette piece and the top corner of the body. I'm going to slip stitch into this corner, and then I'm going to chain 60 for the next strap, and I'm also going to repeat the same thing on the other side. We got the top corner of our bralette and the top corner of the body. We're just going to hold it together, and this is the way I personally like to do it. I'm going to make a slip knot, and then we're just going to go into, maybe I should actually show you guys if I can this part. I don't know if I can actually show you guys, because okay, that's okay. So this corner right here, put our hook into the corner of the top and the corner of the bralette, and then put that slip knot over a hook and pull it through. And then I like to take both ends, the tail and the working yarn over and pull that through, and then we're going to chain 60. So you could always add more chains or less if you need a longer or shorter neck strap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have our strap of 60 chains done. Clip your yarn, and then repeat the same thing on the other side for the top of the bralette and the top of the body piece. So we're just gonna put our hook through the corner of the body piece and put our hook through the corner of the bralette, make a slip knot, put it on our hook, pull it through, use both the tail and the working yarn to yarn over and pull through, and then chain 60 with just the working yarn. And that is it for the top straps, and my camera is about to die, so let me change the battery and come back. All right, quick battery change, and we are back in action with my greasy face. Oh my gosh, has my face been this greasy this whole time and you guys didn't say anything? Wow. Anyways, where's my hook? This is the problem. You do something for 5 seconds and you lose the hook. Okay, so we got our hook, and now we have our top straps for the bralette and the top. So we're going to slip stitch into the next corner of the bralette. So not the top corners because those are already done. Now the bottom corner, not the body piece, just the bralette. We're gonna slip stitch into the corner, and then we're gonna chain 60 for another strap. And this strap is gonna be the one that goes around the sides and back. So, you know, chain your amount accordingly. If you need more, add more. If you need less, take away some. So we've chained 60, if I can find it, and then you bind off and you repeat the same thing on the other side. So far we have the strap that connects the bralette and the body, and then we have a strap for the bralette alone that goes around the back, and now we're doing our last strap, which will be attached to the last row of increases. So where our project is the furthest out, right here at this point, for me would be row 9. I'll attach it to that corner, and then for this one we'll chain a strap of 50. So this strap is only on the body piece, not on the bralette, and it will be a chain of 50. That is our 50, and then we're going to clip our yarn and repeat it on the other side. And that is it. I mean, of course we have to weave in our ends still, but the top is pretty much done, and I'm not even gonna hold you. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I will not be trying this baby on right now, but I will try it on first thing in the morning so that I can give you guys a visual of what it looks like. Hopefully it looks like what I think it'll look like in my mind, but you know what, I'm confident. I think it will. So the next clip should be me trying it on. Okay guys, this is what I have come up with. We have the bralette underneath for the coverage, and then this nice like cowl kind of thing, kind of knitted top in the front. I tied it up in the back to the best of my ability, but these two are separate. I tied the mesh part a little bit looser to give it like a more like flowy, baggier look, but you could always tie it tighter in the back to like give it a little bit more shape if you wanted to, like that. But I kind of like it loose. But yeah, I kind of been pulling at this to just like give it some stretch, because you know sometimes crochet can like tighten up, but I really wanted to have that like nice dip right here. But yeah, tell me what you think. Do you think it came out cute? Thankfully, your girl did not run out of yarn, but like what am I gonna do with this tiny bit of yarn? I'm not sure yet, but I do have 2 other colors in this yarn and this type of yarn with the 3mm reflective material in it, so I don't know, I'll figure something out. I want to thank you guys so much for sitting here with me through this long video. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, and I will do more of these because this was just a little bit more relaxing and easier for me to do than my formal tutorials. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. I really want to hear from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bell on, and I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye. I really just sat here till 1 a.m. and crocheted. I started this top at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Given I took a lot of breaks. Your girl, I took a lot of breaks. I walked my dog, I cleaned, I cooked or whatever. But 1 a.m. is crazy. I'm tired. Can you see how tired I am? Can you see how tired I am? I'm tired. But it was worth it. It was worth it. And it's also worth you subscribing. It's worth you subscribing. 1 a.m. Your girl is working hard. I'm working hard for these YouTube checks.